Hello again, teachers. John here over in Educational Technology. And whether it's a personal device or whether it's a district device, if you are using a Mac, an Apple computer, we've gotten some requests on just some of the real simple things on finding our way around and making sure that everything feels like home and we're able to find what we're looking to find. So this tutorial is just going to talk about the Finder. And by the way, a little tip, if you're ever not sure which app you're currently in, look in the top left-hand corner, and right now it'll tell me I am in the Finder. So anyhow, when I click on the Finder, we have some defaults here that will automatically happen. So for example, if you've never changed anything in the Finder, the default is that this is going to open up to a list of recent files. So up to you on what you prefer. I personally use my desktop a lot to save stuff real quick and then move it and organize it later. So I like this to open up to my desktop. But some of you may have noticed also that you're missing folders over here, or you know that you can find documents, for example, but it's not automatically there on the left-hand side. So this is just a real quick tutorial to tell you how to customize that. So to do so, we're going to click on the Finder since we are currently in that application, and we're going to go to Preferences. And here in the Finder window Preferences is basically where you can start making the changes to fit your own needs. By the way, usually it'll probably open up under General, and this is where you guys can start. So first thing, show these items on the desktop. Well, if you look at my desktop, you notice I've got my Macintosh hard drive, which is the main hard drive of the computer. If you don't like to see that, or you find yourself never going into it, or you're not really sure what's in it, just uncheck it. It's not a problem at all. It doesn't mean it's missing. It's just hiding it out of your view to simplify your work environment. I personally like to see it. Same thing if I plug in a USB drive, that's where external disks would show up. Same thing for CDs, DVDs, and iPods. And then servers. Most of us may or may not be connecting to servers, but I personally like to see them on my desktop, so I just checked all of these. Now this is a big one. New Finder window show, and this is what I was telling you about before. Some of us will most likely have recents. I believe that's the default, but depending upon where you save a lot of information, you might want to change this. Like I said, me personally, I like to put everything on my desktop and then filter it from there, so I choose desktop. If you like to put everything in documents or your iCloud drive, like that's where you keep things, please select that. And same thing for other if you want to put it somewhere else. That's just for when you first open a window by clicking on the Finder, the happy little blue guy, where it's going to go. And then the other thing I would encourage you guys to spend some time in is the sidebar. So remember, your Finder is like your gateway to all of your files where everything lives on your computer. So in this case, I go to my sidebar and I check the things that I frequently go to or I need quick access to. For me personally, I don't like recents. I can find that in other ways. And I don't like just seeing this massive list, especially if I'm looking for something specific. So for me personally, I uncheck that. AirDrop I use a lot, so I keep that in the sidebar. But again, if I check or uncheck, you'll notice them showing up here in the sidebar or disappearing. So I just unchecked AirDrop, it disappeared. If I recheck it, it will re-show up. Again, if there's things you don't need, don't want, like say you don't do a lot of work in GarageBand or in the music folder, just uncheck it. It's not a problem at all. And then the last one here, this is actually your home folder. So when you are logged in, that's like where all of these other folders reside. So when you click on that, it'll actually show you all the folders under your username. If you don't need that deep of access, just uncheck it. Again, not a problem. And then the last thing on here is tags. This was new a couple of operating systems ago. If you like to stay organized either by colors or by tags, feel free to use that. I personally don't, so I just uncheck it because again, we're trying to simplify your work environment. So anyhow, hope that really helps. The other thing, last thing I should say over here on the left, when I checked and unchecked, you guys noticed that the order kind of changed because it puts the newest stuff at the bottom. If you prefer these in a different order, just click and drag them where you would like it. So for example, I like AirDrop at the top. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm going to click that and drag it up to the top. Dropbox I don't use a lot, so I'm going to kind of move that down. Not a problem. I like to put my music next to movies. Again, this is all just personal preference. I don't know why I like it that way, but I do. So that's where you're going to click and drag that over there. Anyhow, hope that helps everybody. Remember, you cannot be an analog teacher in a digital world. Hope that helps, and we will see you next time.